I wanted to get in front of the camera today and talk. I've been really thinking about it lately and I really wanted to do it. So here I am. Hello, in the flesh. The last time I did a video, I was doing the gender reveal for Eli, who is now here and almost, well, he's not almost 2, but he's a year and a half now. So that's insane to me that I haven't done any videos since then. I stopped doing videos on my main channel. I made a different channel just because I wanted a fresh start, but then I just didn't do it. So there's some videos still on there, but I really haven't done a video in 3 years. I wanted to give an update of just how I've been and how life's been and what's been going on. So when I got pregnant, I was pregnant for a little bit and it was during COVID. So it was during a really weird time. A normal life. I work, I'm trying to find myself. I have so much shit going on in my life, all the time, literally all the time. I feel like my mind never shuts off. But yeah, so I got pregnant during COVID, and because that was just such a weird time of such a moment of uncertainty that we just didn't know where our next money was coming from because we got laid off, just a whole bunch of things, obviously because of COVID, our world shut down. And so during COVID, I actually ended up going back into the medical field. So that's what I wanted to do in high school. Did I actually want to do it? No, I did not. But I needed a job and I found something that was around what I used to do. And, with phlebotomy, I used to be a phlebotomist and things like that. So I was like, okay, I'll try it. And I stayed there for over a year. It was really nice. I liked it. I worked at a retina doctor. So I was a medical assistant at a retina doctor that did eye injections into the eyeball, and I took a bunch of scans and I did, all that stuff. So it was awesome. I really, really liked it. It was just that I get along with authority. I just don't. I don't get along with authority. I don't like being told what to do. Obviously, it comes with the territory of my childhood and everything with my mom, and I absolutely freaking hate being told what to do. So I feel like every job ends that way. I am so tired of being told what to do and basically just say, peace. I am not about staying somewhere just to get seniority. Nope. It doesn't matter how much work you put in. You're literally treated the same as the next person. Before I was there, I was just working part-time at a makeup store, just key, low maintenance job, and I loved it. I just didn't make enough money, so I didn't stay there. I have never been more happy in a place before than when I was working at Estee Lauder. Or Estee Lauder companies. It's it's an outlet store for Estee Lauder makeup that they own, which by the way, they own Smashbox, MAC, Aveda, all these things. So around the same time, I found out what an esthetician was. So I knew you could go get facials. I knew you could go get waxed, Brazilians, things like that, but I never knew who did them or if it had a name to it, I guess. So I started following LA Beautyologist on Twitter. She is an esthetician that has made a name for herself on social media. I was like, oh, esthetician, what's that? I just, did my research and found out that the beauty school in my town offers it. And it's one of the only places that offers it around us, where I wouldn't have to drive an hour or an hour and a half. So I jumped right on it. I was like, I don't even know if I can go back to school because I did borrow money before and didn't finish. So I was like, do I still qualify for financial aid? I just wasn't sure. And I was like, instead of just wondering, I just went in there and I found out that I could get financial aid and it would pay for all of it. My Pell Grant paid for all of it. So, or most of it. I think I only have $1,000 in loans after that. But yeah, so I graduated in March of 2022. I just finished. Started out doing lashes first, eyelash extensions. Absolutely hated it. It's literally the most tedious, most difficult thing that I've ever done in my life. Oh my God, sifting through 200 lashes, up to 200 lashes on each person. It takes 3 hours. People get anxious. People don't like laying down for a long time. Sometimes they would fall off. Sometimes they wouldn't. Sometimes people's eyes would get red. Sometimes they wouldn't. It was literally so unpredictable that I freaking hated lashing. I will never do that again. Props to the girls that can do it. Seriously, because I can't. I cannot do it. That's when I started doing Brazilians and facials, and I'm still pretty new at it, but I love it. I love waxing. That's just kind of where my career is right now. So I've gotten this question a little bit. Are Eric and I still married? Yes, we are still married. Of course, every single marriage has their rough patches. I am dealing with my own trauma and my own things in my head, and it really does trickle into our relationship, and I do my best, but we both have our issues, and I don't know why people would assume that we're not married anymore, but yes, we are. I think of what else. So Braden is about to turn 12. Is that not insane? He's about to turn 12. I can't believe it's been 13 years since I made my first video, basically. 13 years. He is in middle school this year. He just started 6th grade 2 weeks ago. You can definitely tell that he is gonna be a teenager soon because he has my attitude. I love that boy so much. He's so funny. He does have a mouth. He does have a mouth, I will say that. Braden actually decided this year that he wanted to go to school in Maryland. I live in a part of West Virginia that's perfectly in the middle of everything. I'm an hour and a half outside of DC. I'm an hour and a half outside of Baltimore, and I can shoot over to Virginia in 15 minutes. I can go over to Maryland in 15 minutes. Jared lives in Maryland, right across the bridge, literally right across the bridge from West Virginia into Maryland. And then Alex lives right before Virginia. So it's kind of they're both in the opposite direction. So Alex lives closer to Virginia, but I can still, make it there in 15 minutes. And then I can make it to Jared's house in 15 minutes. So it's really nice where I live, especially with co-parenting with their dads and everything. So Braden has gone to school with me since literally preschool. I've had him full time, and Jared has had him on the weekends basically. Since then, we've worked out things in situations, how we want to do things. But basically I've had him full time and Jared has not. And then over COVID, he did virtual school. So that's when he was week on, week off. And he spent more time at Jared's house. And then he went back to school last year normally, no virtual. I don't think that he liked his school. I don't think that he loved his friends. I just think that he really wanted a fresh start and decided he wanted to go to school in Maryland this year. So it's a completely different county, completely different state, and completely different schedule. Just started 2 weeks ago. We're all still adjusting. Andrew, on the other hand, he's almost 10. He turns 10 in February. He is the smartest, most selfless little boy in the world. He was supposed to go to school with me this year, but there's a new school in our area that is a charter school. They just signed those into law, I guess, in West Virginia. So there's a new charter school. I will say, I'm not a fan. I didn't want him to go there, but Alex really wanted him to go there. So he went there this year. He went virtual in his 1st grade year. He started virtual at the same time he was learning how to read. So he really struggled with that at first. Then he was virtual all of his 2nd grade year. During that time as well, during 1st grade and 2nd grade, Alex was deployed for a whole year in Cuba. So he didn't see his dad, and it really did mess with him. So he just really went through a really rough time. And once Alex got home and everything returned back to normal, he went back to normal school. Alex was back. He thrived. He got straight A's all last year, and I really wanted to keep him in the same school just because he did so well. But Alex really does want to try out the charter school, and I felt like it was okay to at least try it for this year, and if I don't like it, we will just put him back normally. But the thing is the charter school is 30 minutes for me and only 10 minutes from Alex. So of course we decided that Alex can have him during the week and I will have him on the weekend, and then he can still see Braden, he can still see Eli, he can still see Ellie, all these things. So it's a huge adjustment. It really just started a few weeks ago, and yeah, that's how the boys are doing. They're just doing so good. Andrew just started soccer as well. He's never played before and he is doing so well. Braden tried basketball, by the way, 1 year. He's just not into sports, and I'm not going to force him to be. He really does want to still play basketball. He just doesn't want to play on a team. And yeah, so it's very surprising because Jared played football, his whole childhood, but Brayden has no interest. Really into anime, and he's really into playing PlayStation, of course, and video games, and he just got a phone. So he is really into his phone right now. He does not have social media, by the way. He does not have Instagram, Facebook, anything like that. He really just plays Roblox and has it so that I can text him and call him when he's at Jared's house without having to bother Jared and his fiance Heather. So yeah, Ellie is 4 now. She just started pre-K this year. So we only have Eli during the day, and it's been a vacation. Yeah, she's in pre-K from 7:30 to 1:30. She loves her teacher. She says every single day when she gets in the car, I can't wait to go back tomorrow. Sorry, Eric got home and woo, brought me coffee. Talking about Ellie. She's in pre-K. She loves her teacher, all those things. She is really interested in soccer. She loves playing soccer when we're at Andrew's like games and practices and stuff. So she is probably gonna play soccer next year. Put her in dance one year, and it was when she was like 2. That specific studio ended up closing down because of COVID. So then she couldn't do it anymore, and she really wants to do dance. And Eli, let's talk about Eli. So he was born 5 days before Andrew's birthday. So Andrew's birthday is February 10th. Eli's birthday is February 5th, and he was born in 2021. He has been definitely my clingiest baby. He loves to be right beside me when I'm cleaning. He just follows me around the house, most of the time just crying because he wants me to pick him up. But I ended up getting a really nice carrier for him, and right before he started walking, he did not want to be in it. He hated being super close to me. He hated being like, I feel like he was constantly being hugged, and he didn't like that feeling. So he really doesn't like being picked up. He just wants to walk, but he wants to be right next to you. But then he wants to pick him up and hug him, but then he wants to get down. He is definitely a handful. Did I even mention that I did get my tubes tied? I chickened out after Ellie, but I did not chicken out after Eli. I was like, no freaking more. No more. So I did end up getting my tubes tied after Eli. So he's definitely my last. Like the universe knew he was my last and had to make him my hardest. Brayden and Ellie, pretty easy. Andrew was a little bit of a difficult newborn. Eli's hard everything. He has been a difficult newborn, difficult infant, difficult toddler, just everything. All of my babies basically walked at like 13 to 14 months. He didn't walk until he was 17 months. And it was just because he literally just was too nervous and too scared to stand up. Now that he's walking, he is running basically everywhere. He's definitely going to be a leash child. And I am not one of those moms. I realize like the window is glaring off of my glasses. Sorry about that. Like at soccer games, I will sit down on the chair and he has his chair right beside me. And I will look down like this and look up and he's across the field. So not the field they're playing on, oh my God, but like, you know, the field behind us that he can like go walk and play. Yeah, so that's how life's going. Just taking it day by day. As far as my mental health and everything that's going on with my mom, no, I have not talked to my mom in so May of 2023 will be 6 years. And yes, I am counting. Been a huge struggle ever since I came out with everything. And I feel like my life has kind of fallen apart. Like it literally, I feel like I started back to square one. My life fell absolutely apart. It was in shambles after that happened with her. And she still lives 10 minutes down the road. So does all of my other family, but I don't talk to any of them. I did keep in contact with my dad for a little bit. Ended up ending that. He was using us as messengers basically to each other, and I was done with that. My brother, I kept in contact a little bit, but he to tell me about when I saw him was what new cars they got, what new things that they got. And then I ended up giving him my phone number when I got a new one, saying, hey, if you want to meet Ellie, you can. This was before Eli. He never contacted me. Ended up finding out that he moved back in with my mom. Like it was just all this stuff. So I basically have cut off every single person. I only talk to like one cousin, and that's honestly just on Facebook. That's on that side. I don't talk to any of my dad's side either. Yeah, I have no family. It really, really, really messes with me. But I've been doing so much better. It's been 5 years of growth, basically starting from square one. And no, I'm not 100% there, but I'm definitely getting there. I have went to therapy twice, and both times it has ended badly to where, you know, obviously you have to be ready to go to therapy, and it brings up a lot of emotions, a lot of things. I did have a grippy sock vacation one time where I actually saw a real psychiatrist. It's just that I am very bad at self-sabotaging myself, and not like taking my medicine, things like that. I was also diagnosed by that psychiatrist with PTSD and PMDD, which is premenstrual dysphoria disorder. I get super low the week before my period, and sometimes it can get pretty bad to where I'm like suicidal and things. I do have a history of self-harm. I haven't in months, but you know, it's just one of those things that you get addicted to when you're going through so much. And yeah, so I've been really working through it, and I feel like I'm on the up and up. I would like to share my life with you guys again. I'm hoping to kind of just get over everything that's been going on in my head about just being embarrassed with things with like my family and my parents. And we have to go get Ellie now, but I do want to start blogging. I'll say I'm always on Instagram. I keep up with Instagram a lot now. I used to not really be that active, but I'm active every single day on there now. So if you want to go follow me on Instagram, I do make some TikToks sometimes, not really, but I also have a TikTok, no Twitter. I'm gonna go get Ellie and hopefully vlog today. So I will see you guys next time. Bye.